U.S.B My Nation channel.
Hello, welcome. This is U.S.B My Nation channel where we discuss social, faith, and politics. Big thanks to all my subscribers and those commenting on our videos. Those liking our videos, I say may Chukwu Okike Obioma bless and continue to protect you. Grant you your own heart's desire. N'aha Chukwu Okike Obioma, I pray. Ise. So, in this very video, I want to discuss a little about one African currency. This got me thinking. As we all know, Europe has about 44 to 50 countries. You know, they don't count Russia to be inside Europe, but they are all Europeans. And when you come to European Union, it's only 27 of them that are the member countries. Now, these 27 of them are the ones using the euro as their currency, while others are still maintaining their national currencies. Please, if you have not subscribed to U.S.B My Nation channel, where we speak and talk about social, faith, and politics, do so. And for those that have subscribed, we are forever grateful. Do bring in your comments because your comments concludes the video. You learn from us and we learn from you. Also, put on your notification bell when you subscribe so that other light minds, when we upload video, you will see us. Like so that YouTube algorithm can dispatch our videos to people like you. So on this very video, something made me to start thinking about it. Although I have not been a big fan of African one currency, and I'm going to tell you the reason on this video. YouTube algorithm, this video is purely for educational purposes because we are on the moment of truth, and it's only truth that can set all of us free. No one knows it all. So last week we can see trending between President Macron and President Melanie of Italy, the Prime Minister of Italy. We are throwing words to each other. And we all knew through the social media that these two leaders in Europe are not getting along well. But do you know it's not only two of them? You know, when people see European leaders from outside, they think all is well with them. But what people don't know that the economic war is still lingering among them. They never got along as you out there think. There are many crackers. They don't come to agree within themselves when money and economy is available. Example is there was a plane that European Union, a warplane, agreed to build for themselves. But to date, they have not even started it. You know why? Because France is dragging to be in position of the upper hand of that project. And Germany is also doing the same. And that has always been the problem of Europe. They never get along well. You know, when people talk about Africa, that Africa is people, I'm not talking about our leaders because they are managers, that this and that, it happens everywhere. It's what you brought out to people that people will see. And what you are interested to see, because they are all on social media, that you will see. If you in your mind have concluded it that these people are perfect leaders, check well and rethink again. Watch them and check them out, and you will know and also learn from it. Now, coming to the topic, African currency. I am not a supporter of African one currency. The reason being that human beings are selfish in nature. I particularly will not want Africa to always copy what Europeans do. Because if you critically watch Europeans and the economy, you will agree with me that they are bad managers when it comes to economy. Yes, they are. That's why they are always afraid to do a clean negotiations with business. They are bad managers. That's why also some of them that has treaty with China, Chinese are taking over their economy. Their people are closing up because they are not good businessmen. President Putin of Russia once said it, that European politicians are not good businessmen. But it's not only their politicians, even their citizens, they are not good businessmen. I don't know if it is the policy in Europe, because when their people transit to America, they do well. So when you see all these things and you see all this selfishness within the European Union, inside the same economy, you will agree with me that it's not going to be a good idea for it's a very beautiful idea for Africa to have one policy guiding the resources of Africa. It is also going to be a very good idea for Africans to have one economic policies. I don't want to say immigrant policy because in Africa today, we still have a lot of those being controlled from outside. So having an immigrant intercontinental policy should be well checked and the policies more strict, and giving also the individual countries the upper hand to act when anyone abuses this policy of immigrants as an African. So I wouldn't want the new emerging leaders of Pan-Africans to just see Europe and copy, 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 copy. We have our own sense. We have our own problems. We have to put our policies according to our own environment. That is the only time these policies will work and do the reason why they were there. Because when you come to Europe today, the people crying mostly are the people inside the European Union. And again, let no policy come out of revenge. Any policy of a government that comes out of a revenge, out of fights, out of let me bring this one down and grow up, it is never going to stand. Bring the policy out of goodwill, out of good heart to benefit first your people. Do not use your policies to fight someone that is better than you, because that was exactly what European Union represents. The very thing that made them to come together as European Union in the beginning, because I followed their news, it's online if you want to go and search it, is to fight the dollar, in fact. Then when they realize they cannot just go alone, they need the Americans, they now come to treaty of military with Americans. And they now say that NATO will guide the member nations, protect them. But that was a trick. That's why I tell you, they are not good managers. Because they never say what they want to do correctly. They will only tell you this and they will go back and do that. And that has been what is bringing them down. When they say this, they put this treaty with Americans and the NATO to protect, it's there on a line to protect and guide the member nations' borders. What do we see? These NATOs and their army, they are all over Africa. It becomes, Africa land becomes their borders. And that is why today you are hearing from Sahel, and today we are talking about Benin. They are lifting this yesterday early morning, they were all lifting up, or today, I think it's today, 23rd is today. They were all lifting up by air, going with their equipments that they have come to continue their neo-colonialism because the people of the land are awake. So I want my fellow Africans, especially the leaders, the new emerging leaders, not the managers, the new emerging leaders, to put these things into consideration, that policies should not be made out of revenge. Policies should be made out of protection and growth of African continent. And one currency for Africa should be a currency only to sell our resources, while the individual nations will continue to have their own currency. Then, inside that individual nations, if any part of the African nation cross internationally to other nations, they can also be allowed to use the African currency to shop. That will be a better policy. With the example I have given with European Union and what I have observed with the Union of Europe and their economy and what continue to erupt, we have to learn something from them and not make the same mistake. Remember, we are talking about the generations to come. Every policy we make, every policy that is put in place for the citizens, not longer for the politicians, because African citizens are awake. And as we go on, we must try to explore and learn from what happened to others, so that as we are predicted to fail, we shall not fail. Thank you so much. This is U.S.B, My Nation channel, where we talk about social, faith, and politics. If you like what we are doing, do subscribe, bring on your notification bell, put it on when we come live. If we get 100, we are going to come live. So help us to get to 100. Thank you. Comment, because your comments concludes this video. And do like, so that YouTube algorithm will share the video. Do you know that the United States of Biafra nation has also a YouTube channel? Do go and check them out. When you are online and you are looking for news, do not go to bloggers to take the news about the United States of Biafra, because they can tell you anything, because their thing is what you want to hear. It may not be the absolute truth. You can know the absolute truth from channels like ours, or channels of the Biafran independence YouTubers, or the government channel. You see how our government is bringing democracy home to all its citizens? They have a YouTube channel, because why not? We are in the era of social information, and my government is not left behind. Because when the right leaders are on the seat of power, they will know what their citizens want. Thank you.